Welcome to your daily 49ers update. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. Here is what's happening. Niners were off yesterday, so there's no practice report to get to. But I did hear Brian Baldinger on 95.7 The Game, and he destroyed the 49ers on both sides of the ball. Let's start with the run blocking, which Baldy says was not very good.
They're building a run block without George Kittle is horrible. They played Jalen Moore as the second tight end, Saubert, Moore. They were terrible on Sunday. I showed 8 McCaffrey runs where he went for 2 yards or less. And honestly, they were horribly blocked plays. They've been running the same 5 plays from different formations and different motions since Kyle's been there. And they couldn't execute at the point of attack.
Eric Saubert and Jalen Moore really struggled all day long with just executing blocks and miscommunications. It was not good on the edge for the 49ers. But that wasn't the only side of the ball Brian had issues with. Listen to his take on the defense.
They don't look like there's a single threat out there to get to the quarterback from any position, including Leonard Floyd. They don't look like they have anybody that can beat one-on-one pass protection right now.
We've all sort of known this as 49er fans for a little while, right? Without Bosa, it's kind of just a bunch of guys, unfortunately. And it's very, very unclear whether Nick Bosa is going to be able to play in Green Bay on Sunday. And without him, I have no idea how the 49ers plan to pressure Jordan Love. If they can't get pressure on Jordan Love, it's going to be a long afternoon in Wisconsin. Speaking of those Packers, Baldy's going to be working the game with Fox. Here's a little preview of what the 49ers offense faces.
They're doing a good job. They press their receivers. They rob the middle of the field with Xavier McKinney. They have 3 safeties. They're all really good. Evan Williams. It's just going to be interesting because you're talking about attacking the middle of the field. Well, that's what they want to take away. And they're going to force your receivers to beat tight man coverage, and they're going to rush a 4-man rush. So you're going to have Rashawn Gary out there, some decent pass rushers. But this is a game where the receivers have got to win. Whether it's Pearsall or I don't know if Kittle's back or whatever. I'm going to be up there announcing the game. I'm really looking forward to it. But, at some point, you got to beat good teams. If you're going to go to the postseason, you're 5-5. Everybody's sort of bunched up there in that division. At some point, you got to beat good teams. And might as well start up in Green Bay.
That doesn't exactly sound like the kind of defense that's going to lead to a big offensive explosion for San Francisco. Hopefully I'm wrong, but right now it's shaping up to be a tough assignment against the Packers. We always give you one thing to read, one thing to watch, and one thing you might have missed. One thing to read on this Wednesday. Congrats, Matt Barrows. Second straight day you win this award. Today it's a mailbag column. One of the questions asked in the column, are there any signs or signals that Kyle Shanahan has lost the locker room? If you want to find out, click the link in the description of this episode. One thing to watch, Brock Purdy's shoulder. We are all holding our breath after he popped up on the injury report following the Seahawks game. Niners practice later today. Obviously, we'll learn a lot more. Is Brock out there? Is he limited? What's the situation there? So we should get a little more information, but you don't want to go into Green Bay without potentially your best pass rusher in Nick Bosa and your quarterback in Brock Purdy. So today's sort of a big day. One thing you may have missed, good news, bad news on the Hall of Fame front. We'll start with the good news. Former 49ers Anquan Boldin and Ricky Watters were among the 25 semifinalists for the 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame class. Hooray, congratulations. Unfortunately, first-timer Joe Staley did not make that cut, so he's going to have to wait at least until 2026 to be enshrined among the game's greatest of all time. That's a wrap on today's 49ers in 5. Please rate, review, and follow the Gold Standard Podcast Network wherever you get your audio podcasts. Like and subscribe to the Gold Standard 49ers YouTube channel as well. Click the bell so you get notified when we're live, which is every single weekday after every Niners game and after all Niners breaking news. Enjoy your Wednesday, everybody. I'm Rob Stats Guerrera. We'll talk later today.